Yo, it's your boy J Bug. We back with another 1v1. Today, as you can see by the title, we going with Spider-Man to the Spider-Verse versus Black Panther. Both came out in 2018. And we're not going off the films, we're going off their respective soundtracks. If you don't know, Black Panther was produced by Kendrick Lamar, and he made that whole album. And as big as it was, we know in 2018 how big that was. And then Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was a soundtrack that was produced by Sony Films. And so it didn't have an artist that just solely picked out artists and stuff like that. Sony kind of did their own thing and got their artists and hit them up, and they made a soundtrack. You know, same thing. Both did the same thing, a little different. We're gonna get into that a little bit, but yeah, man. Let's get right into it, man. 1v1. It's Black Music Month, right? So it's only right that we go through two films that have made the culture better. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Black Panther. Two movies that have set the culture forward. Two black superheroes. And so we get to go through these films that both have iconic albums. Let's get right into it. So first we gonna go into Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, man. As you can see by the intro, man, there's another heavyweight bout. We gonna really see though. I don't know. It might be an easy decision for me, but we gonna get into it, man. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse came out December 14th, 2018 with 13 songs. And like I said, it was an album produced by Sony, all right? And so with the 13 songs, it include artists with XXXTentacion, Juice World, Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, Vince Staples, Black Caviar, Post Malone, and more, man. So this was a star-studded album. It had a lot of OGs on it, a lot of new people on it. Like I said, at the time in 2018, XXXTentacion was just now getting to his peak of his popularity. And even Juice World, he was coming in onto the scene, and he was a very popular artist as well. And a name I ain't mentioned as well. They had Jaden Smith on there. He had a little buzz around the time in 2018. So this album seemed like it was aiming for some of the OGs to be on there, but was really banking off the new school coming in. Because in 2018 it had a lot of those young bucks coming out. And so with those two, with those guys being on the album is kind of has a diverse sound. It's like from rap, you start with rap and go all the way to Latino music. And that's solely because the main character, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, the Black Spider-Man, he's half African American and half Puerto Rican, half black, half Latino. All right. Well, are you technically Latino if you Puerto Rican? Y'all let me know down in the comments, man. But yeah, so I think they the same though. But yeah, so it's a very diverse sounds, different sounds, and really, I ain't gonna lie, these songs are specifically made for the movie. So in the movie, you're gonna hear some of these songs in the movie. It's a little bit different to where in an everyday soundtrack while you might listen to it. And what I mean with that is they're kind of making the songs to actually make it sound like Spider-Man is listening to those songs, And so you actually feel like you are putting on a mask and swinging around the city listening to these songs. Some of the artists are even, saying, spinning around on the web and stuff like that, whatever. And so, yeah. Yeah, and so it seems like it's more for a younger audience. Now that I come back to it, was that like 6 years ago, 6 years ago? Definitely seems like it's more for a younger artist, not artist, a younger audience. And like I said, these are songs made for the movie. They're made for the Miles Morales character. All right, so the accolades on this album is double platinum. This album is double platinum, surprisingly. And Sunflower, we're gonna get into the songs in a little bit, but the song Sunflower went double diamond. And what I just found out what that is, double diamond means you went 20 times platinum. The song went 20 times platinum. So the album going double platinum is probably based off the song Sunflower going 20 times platinum. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I probably got to do more research on it. Sunflower is probably one of the only songs to do that. Ever. 20 times platinum. It's 2 times diamond, y'all. That's crazy. And so if we get to it, we're going to get into the grading. Well, let's get into the songs. Most popular song is definitely Sunflower, as we just said, is Double Diamond with Post Malone and Sway Lee. The most trending song is, of course, Sunflower with Post Malone and Sway Lee. My favorite song on the album is Home by Vince Staples. That if we're talking about the concept of the album and how, the sound and things like that, I feel like Vince Staples hit it right on the head. And like, yeah, I just like that song on that album. That's a dope song. And then the most underrated song on the album for me is High by Juice WRLD and Season. Some of y'all probably already heard this song before with Juice WRLD being on it. He's singing the track and rapping his verse. But I got a new grading system, y'all. So I'm gonna come up with a grade, replay value, how many skips, and album concept. Okay, so grade, it's a C plus. It's a C plus. It's not a, I don't know. It's not an album that I feel like I'll be listening to a lot. All right, it's it's kind of a mid album. Like I said, it could go from rap to Latino music, and to some of the sounds on the album, I'm just not messing with. I'm not a big fan of. If I'm being real, I'm not a big fan with some of the sounds on this album. And so the replay value, we gonna go from level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 1 being the lowest, level 3 being the highest. Replay value for me is level 2. And that meaning is I will replay the album, but only listen to a select few of songs. I will not go and listen to this whole album again. It's probably a handful of songs on here that I will listen to and I'll be cool with. Level 1 is just like, no, I will not listen to this album again. It's some songs on here that I'll listen to again. I ain't gonna lie. How many skips out of 13 songs? Is 6. For me, it's 6. It's 6 songs that I feel like I'll skip on this album, and I'm like, nah, I'm good on that. And so, I'm sorry, y'all can't. But yeah, six songs on here I feel like I'll skip, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. But the album concept, based off being, like I said, off the movie, and like I said, songs being really made for the character Miles Morales and just for the movie as a whole, I give it a B. I give it a B. The album concept is pretty good, man. Of course, it's not much you can do if a album is made for a movie. So I don't see how they will mess that up. But yeah, the album is a B. And so, yeah, that is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse official soundtrack. All right, y'all. So let's get into Black Panther. Released on February 9th, 2018 with 14 songs. This album is executive produced by Kendrick Lamar and Top Dog. All right. And so before the making of this album, Ryan Coogler, who is the director of Black Panther, had talked to Kendrick Lamar and Top Dog, and both just talked to them and how he had an admiration for Kendrick and how he loved his music and wanted to work with him soon and be able to make something happen. And so hence Black Panther coming forth was the perfect situation for, Ryan Coogler to invite Kendrick and come in and make a whole album, right? The perfect situation. And so with that, this album is mostly written by Kendrick Lamar, has background vocals by Kendrick Lamar, and has verses from Kendrick Lamar. So Kendrick has all of his hand. He has every single hand on this album. And so Kendrick and Top Dog both sat down and they handpicked the artists that they wanted on this album. And so the artists that are on this album, some of them are SZA, Travis Scott, The Weeknd, Two Chainz, Schoolboy Q, Future, J Rock, and more. All right, another star-studded list, big hitters, all-star team. And me, honestly, this is, of course, it's a combination of TDE, but even with Travis Scott and The Weeknd on here, this is probably bigger than Spider-Man, which it being more of younger artists at the time in 2018. But even due to just like Spider-Man and like I said, Miles Morales, like some of the songs being made for Miles Morales, so is for Black Panther. With Killmonger being from Compton, his character being written in and being from Compton in LA. It even has West Coast feel songs from LA, like Paramedic and X, written and featured by LA natives like Schoolboy Q, of course Kendrick, Vince Staples, and even two other LA artists that I should know right now, but it's at the tip of my head. But yeah, it is mostly rap music though. Mostly rap though. If we get into the accolades, the album sold 154K first week and hit number one on the top 200 Billboard chart, man. And it was on there for 2 weeks. It was on number one on the top 200 Billboard chart for 2 weeks for a for a movie album, for a movie soundtrack. It's crazy. That's pretty good. Of course, that's the Kendrick effect. It got a Grammy for Best Rap Performance for King's Dead, and it's a platinum album, y'all. And so it's not like, surprisingly, it's not like Spider-Man. Spider-Man is double platinum, which is crazy. But if we get into the most popular song is All the Stars and King's Dead. Trending song is Pray For Me by The Weeknd. I'm sorry, All the Stars is by Kendrick and SZA, and King's Dead is by Kendrick, Future, and J Rock. Like I said, the most trending song is Pray For Me by Kendrick and The Weeknd. My favorite song is I Am by Georgia Smith. An underrated song for me is Seasons. That's a pretty good song as well. And so if we get into the grading system, it is an A minus, man. This album is a really good album for a movie soundtrack, man. This is a really good album, man. And I'm not even saying that for Kendrick. It's a great album. If you ain't never listened to it, or you like, I don't know, Maya or J Bug, go back and listen to it, man. Go back and listen to it. You're gonna be like, whoa, this is a pretty good album. Replay value is a level 3. I feel like I'll listen to this album front to back. I'll do that. I don't find I don't find no problem with me doing that. Like, I'll listen to it front and back, with no problem at all. How many skips? It's about 3 skips on here. I'll give you that. Out of 13 songs, it's about 3 skips. It's not a perfect run through album, but it's about 3 skips on here. And then album concept, it's an A. It's an A. And the biggest thing I think with the album is, it's crazy. It's crazy that the same time that the Black Panther album came out, the Black Panther movie came out, and the Black Panther album came out, it was like the album was almost as big as the movie, because we heard that it was being produced by Kendrick Lamar and all that. At the time, we was like, whoa, like, we gotta listen to this album. It even came out with its own singles, just like Spider-Man did, which is Sunfowl. But it came out with 3 singles, which was All the Stars, King's Dead, and Pray For Me. And we was like, whoa, bro, like, this album is gonna be cold. Like, it was good for the culture. It was great for the culture. And so when we get in a movie with a damn near all black cast, it was only like 1 white person in here, 2 white people in there. And it was like, bro, we getting Black Panther with a black superhero with a then an all black cast, and then we getting an album with one of the best rappers on earth, or not the best rapper on earth. It was a good time in 2018. It was good vibes. That was great for the culture. We needed that, and so that's Black Panther. That's Black Panther, man. So man, let's get into the winner and the verdict of the whole contest. The winner to me, man, is gonna need a little drum roll. The winner, it's Black Panther, man. You know, it's Black Panther, man. Let's clap it up for Black Panther. It's Black Panther, and for me, it's that replay value and the skips is a little bit different for me. And honestly, if Spider-Man would have did what Black Panther did, and that was made an artist, a big artist, maybe like Drake, J. Cole, I don't know, even Juice World, maybe, like, or even X at the time, because he had a real knack for music back then. If you made one artist and made them the executive producer and be like, hey, this is the direction we going, we just want you to handle all this and the sound of it, I think it would have been just as big. But Sony, I seen where they was going, but it was like, y'all kind of dropped the ball on some of the things, man. On some, I don't know, some of the direction on the album. And so Black Panther had a great direction for it. Like I said, in 2018, this album had a great cultural impact that Spider-Man ain't had nothing to do with. Like, Black Panther and Spider-Man both had great impacts for black culture in 2018. One, because we got two superheroes that are black that are starring in their own movie. But yeah, Kendrick being on that album and putting his musical genius into that was just crazy. He made the album on his Damn tour. It was coming right off Damn, and it's already the hype behind Kendrick Lamar and him, you know, we just heard Damn. We like, damn, bro, we about to get more Kendrick. We about to get more of K-Dot. And so, yeah, like I said, the album was just as big as the movie. And this is probably the best album by Kendrick that we never had. And what I mean is, because it's not an official Kendrick album. It's really the Black Panther album. But it's the best Kendrick album we never had. This was a dope album. And so, yeah, Spider-Man didn't have no attention to detail like Black Panther did. Black Panther was a little bit different in the attention to detail that it was trying to push out. And so for me, the sound mixed with the, you know, with the execution and playing for it is all coincided with each other, which is why too I gave it an A-. Like I said, it's not a perfect album was like you can listen to it with no skips, but it's damn near close, you know. So that's just my verdict on it, man. Y'all let me know down in the comments who y'all taking, Black Panther or Spider-Man for the official soundtrack. And like I said, man, these are just pumping out. They're gonna be pumping out each. We got 2 more weeks left in June, 2 more Fridays left in June. They coming out, y'all. So y'all mess with me, y'all support me, man. And yeah, so let's give it up one more time for the winner, which is Black Panther. But yeah, man, yeah. And y'all, I don't know. Y'all message me, y'all DM me, y'all let me know some matchups y'all want to see next. All right. So I already got the other 2 mapped out, but we can work with some stuff. We can make some stuff shake, man. So let me know. And it's your boy J Boog. It's 1v1. We gone, bro.
It's the return of the Mr. Burn suckers, not herpes infested, just perfectly blessed with a style that you can't F with. Protection recommended, cause code of definition.